This LEGO illusion makes you wonder whether this is the ceiling or the floor, and these LEGO stairs appear to loop around and around forever. Let's explore the most mind-bending optical illusions ever created with LEGO bricks. Just wait until I show you my favorite one, it's awesome. There are many mind-boggling LEGO illusions created by fans over the years, but none are more iconic than the impossible triangle, or Penrose triangle if you want to refer to it by its original name. It was originally made popular in the 1950s by Lionel Penrose, who described it as, quote, impossibility in its purest form. It's loved by so many people, and it's a perfect example of how perspective can create incredible illusions, which is why I'm excited to announce a new drop on the SpitBrix poster shop, the Impossible Triangle poster. This pairs fantastic with the Impossible Instruction poster, so for a limited time only, you can buy both in this special bundle to save 10% on your entire order. This is a limited edition poster drop, so once they sell out, they're gone. You can buy it separately or in the poster bundle, but either way, this is a limited time offer. Grab one for yourself by clicking the pop-up in the top right corner, or click the top link in the description to shop now. Go buy yours before this special poster drop is gone forever. If you're not familiar with the name MC Escher, you've almost certainly seen his work without even realizing it. Escher was a Dutch artist who is remembered today for his work with perspective, illusions, and reality warping drawings. Perhaps his most famous work is this image, which he titled Relativity. I'm sure we've all seen this at some point and wondered what it would be like to try and navigate this impossible world. Well, many talented LEGO builders have taken this curiosity to the next level and have managed to build their very own versions of this iconic drawing. A builder going by Yop1172 submitted this incredible build to LEGO Ideas back in 2021. Made up of about 2,000 parts, this monochrome display is a fairly accurate recreation of the seemingly impossible space. Although this submission wasn't picked up by LEGO, it's the kind of stuff that LEGO Ideas was made for, and I do hope that we get a set like this one day. Over on Reddit, a user named Neilon Rock posted a somewhat similar build. I seriously love the small scale here, as this would easily fit onto any desk or shelf, and the all-white color palette has a very clean, minimalistic vibe that I really like. While both of these perfectly capture the essence of the original drawing, they aren't true one-to-one recreations. And, well, if you want that, check out this monstrous build from artist and LEGO fan Andrew Lipson. This is a near-perfect recreation of Escher's work in LEGO bricks, complete with minifigures at every eye-tilting angle. One of my favorite details about this version is how there's no consistency where the LEGO studs are. In different places around this build, they make up the floor, the walls, or even the ceiling. What's super cool about this build is that it doesn't involve any kind of photography trick. Nope, it's just one giant construction. However, let me show you one of the absolute coolest builds I've seen in a long time, which was heavily inspired by Escher's work. A Redditor calling themselves Jiwi put together this truly gorgeous build for Summer Joust 2024. Inspired by and partially built from the Dungeons & Dragons Red Dragon's Tale set, this build perfectly captures the feelings of the original artwork while making it very distinctly LEGO. Apparently, this is meant to be just one of 8 identical sections and is meant to form a complete sphere. And while that project is currently on hold, I'm very much looking forward to seeing the final build once it's done. Now, while Relativity is arguably Escher's most famous work, it's hardly the only one to have been recreated in LEGO. Artist Matthias Müller was hired by LEGO to create a series of ads using illusions, and he drew on several of Escher's works for direct inspiration. Just take a look at this advertisement compared to the original work titled Waterfall. That's a near-perfect recreation of a seemingly impossible construction. Additionally, Matthias was able to transform this drawing, called Ascending and Descending, into this stunning LEGO build. This features a well-known optical illusion called Penrose stairs. Basically, these are meant to be impossible stairways that somehow climb upward forever in a fixed loop. While that might completely violate the laws of logic and three-dimensional space, it's hardly a problem for LEGO, it seems. These spooky steps are seemingly impossible. It appears that this staircase never ends. The Star Wars version pushes things to a new level by adding more details and more minifigures. But this giant recreation really takes the cake. Will these minifigures ever make it all the way down these steps? It looks like they'll be stuck in this loop forever, right? Well, there's a bit of trickery going on here to pull off this optical illusion. To get an idea of how these work, take a look at this image from Will4Planet on Twitter. Although this might look like another impossible situation, there's a really big clue here for unraveling these mysterious builds. If you look at the brick on the top right, you'll notice that it's significantly larger than the brick immediately to its left. Since every 2x2 brick in this build should be the same size, this sticks out. So what gives? Well, remember earlier when I talked about perspective? Well, that's exactly what's going on here. I mean, to see what I mean, just quickly look at these seemingly impossible Penrose stairs, and if we change the angle just a little bit, we can see the truth. It's really just a very clever illusion photographed from the perfect angle. Here's another version made out of wood. You can clearly see the shape pretty well, and here's a build that I made a few years back to showcase exactly how this type of optical illusion is created. You can take this concept and make all sorts of different infinite staircases. Using these kinds of tricky angles is incredibly common with optical illusions, and the best example that I could find has got to be this head-scratching build from Brixie on Flickr. While this might seem like an impossible step, the behind-the-scenes solution is brilliantly elegant. These sorts of tricks pop up all the time in movies and TV, and so it's little wonder that LEGO photographers would use the same tricks. But do you know what's not a trick? That I put out a new video every Saturday and sometimes Tuesdays, so be sure to hit that subscribe button with notifications turned on so you don't miss an upload. Now, it seems like creating optical illusions with LEGO is more of a common hobby than you might think, at least judging by how many submissions to LEGO Ideas there has been with this sort of trickery. This project from SJ's workshop features several classic optical illusions recreated in LEGO. What's wild is that even made out of LEGO, these illusions still somehow manage to trick your eyes. It doesn't seem to matter if you know it's a trick or not, your brain just falls for it every time. Case in point is this dizzying submission from Gonef. Aside from the rounded corner pieces, these are only straight lines here, but the entire image seems to wobble and distort back and forth, and looking too long can give you a serious headache. Similarly, this drawing creates the same kind of illusion, just in 2D. However, one of the most unique builds that I came across while doing research for this video was this LEGO Ideas project from Back to Brick. From this angle, it might not look like anything more than a series of tall, skinny poles, but appearances can be deceiving. When viewed from just the right spot, you'll spot the unmistakable LEGO logo. This is absolutely awesome, just like this stunning LEGO display by Josh Parkinson titled The North Pole. It features an elf workshop in the foreground, with Santa's cabin and a village in the background. Using clever design techniques for forced perspective, Josh makes it feel as if we're looking down a bustling street. The trees and cabins appear far away despite being only inches away. To do this, Josh built them progressively smaller to enhance the visual depth of this creation. But you see, not every LEGO illusion is designed to break your brain. Sometimes the goal is just to make you stop and wonder, wait, how did they do all that? And that's where Zachary Steinman on Instagram really shines. His work is all about creating the most unique and interesting builds, focused on geometry and angles. This cube, for example, isn't exactly an illusion, but it certainly makes you stop and wonder if anything is hiding inside. Additionally, this spiky little build is the perfect example of how something simple can look so fascinating. The light reflects off the spike pieces, which you may notice are actually at very slightly different elevations. But you see, these are only the most basic models that Zachary builds. I mean, just check out this stunning display that seems to defy gravity and is certainly reminiscent of Escher's works. There's also this build, which Zachary calls a 3D chessboard. Zachary seems to love building cubes, as he's made a few other impressive models, including this wild build that he calls the Ripple Cube. It kinda has a hypnotic pattern to it and makes me think of Maze Runner or the GameCube logo for some reason. In fact, he has another variant that he calls the Color Swirl Cube. This one is my favorite. Somehow it feels both futuristic and retro at the same time. In fact, here's a look underneath the top tiles of this multicolored creation. There's a lot of unconventional building techniques at play here, and that's exactly why I love it. Just like how I think you'll love the new poster bundle I've dropped on SpitBrix.com. Click the square on the right or the link in the description to grab a limited edition poster right now before they sell out.